Athletes Rachel McLemore and Macy Williams. IUPUI head coach Austin Parkinson will give a brief opening statement before the student athletes receive questions. Following our student athlete availability, we will open the coach portion of the press conference.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of our team. I thought that Oklahoma was obviously incredibly talented. They had a great crowd tonight and put a lot of heat on you with the way that they pushed the basketball. But I was proud of our players. We were right there. We're the number one three-point shooting team in our league. We got so many open looks and missed shots. And at the end of the day, in a game like this, that's that sometimes can be the difference. But I'm proud of this group. I mean, we were right there, and probably a couple made shots away from potentially being a different result.
First question on the far right.
Ryan Aber from the Oklahoma. And I guess first for Macy and then for Rachel. Austin just mentioned it there with the pace that they play. How difficult was that to manage, especially there early in the third quarter when they got going offensively and y'all had some issues hitting shots?
It was a little frustrating, but we couldn't let that get to our heads. We still try to come together even if we weren't missing shots. It was just a little frustrating.
Teams that play fast like that can quickly turn into a game, especially when you're missing shots. So I was honestly just proud of my team for we just fought back. A lot of teams that would miss that many shots in a row would just fold and lose by 20, and we made it a game. We were still in it at the end, and so that's one thing about us. We're not going to give up, and we're going to fight till the end.
Any additional questions? We'll go back to Ryan.
I'll ask another one. Macy, for you, obviously you were a big part of what y'all were doing offensively early. What did you feel like you were having success with there, other than just beating them size-wise? And then did they change anything there in the second half against you?
I feel like throughout the second half they started doubling more, so at that point I just had to see how they were playing me. My teammates and the coaches did a good job of telling me they were doubling, so that helped out a lot.
We'll go to Zoom participant Matthew Van Tryon.
Coach, I know that this loss isn't the way that you wanted this season to end, but when you think of what this program has done this season and in the past couple of years, what is the legacy that Macy Williams has left?
Well, obviously, Macy's the best player in the history of our school and probably in the Horizon League. But, I was really proud of how she played tonight. Again, if I'm a WNBA team, I got a first or second round pick. I'd take a hard look at her. At the end of the day, we played two Big Ten teams and one Big 12 team, and every single one of them had to double her. And to me, that says a lot about what she's able to do individually. And clearly, she's left her mark, here at IUPUI.
Just a quick reminder: this is the student athlete portion. Cody Emerson will be the next Zoom participant.
Macy, how do you just kind of put things into perspective with four-time Horizon League Player of the Year, and you just heard Coach talk about just all the amazing things that you've done? How do you kind of put your career into perspective with getting to play this year for the first time in the NCAA tournament, and because that was one of the main reasons you came back?
I just feel like I put it in perspective. By no means, I don't think I'm the best player on the team, but like I said, just like that, I just feel like my teammates make me look really good. So
She's really humble, if you haven't noticed.
Any additional questions for our student athletes? Thank you, Rachel and Macy. You are now dismissed.
thank you.
We'll open up coaches portion on the first chair on the right.
Yeah, Austin, just want to ask you the same thing I asked Macy and Rachel there, the pace that OU plays. How much do you feel like that played a part in that, what happened there early in the third? Just how do you feel like you handled that totally tonight?
I mean, honestly, I don't think there's much we do different. I mean, at the end of the day, that's how they play, and both, sometimes that's really good where they get on those big runs, but they also can have some turnovers and bad shots, and we forced some turnovers and we got some stops, but at the end of the day, when you're not making shots, wide open shots at the other end, you allow a team like that to get, Matty Williams running downhill. You got Roberson coming off screens. I thought we did a really poor job on Roberson in the second half. We covered her great in the first half and lost her on some really, pretty easy switches that we would normally make. And, a player like that, and you leave her open, it's 3 points. So that was tough.
Any additional questions for Coach? We'll go to the far. Yeah, we'll go to the far back.
Just, Coach, can you just put this in perspective, just the historical aspect of the season overall, and just how you guys matched up against the best teams on your schedule from beginning to end?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first game when we took Michigan to overtime, we scheduled a tough schedule, right off the bat because we knew we had a good team. But, we lost in overtime. We beat Iowa at Iowa in a ranked situation and then, played these guys really tough. I mean, at the end of the day, you make a couple other shots and maybe it goes the other direction. But, like I said, our kids, I think, represented IUPUI really well. Finally, after, having the tournament canceled 2 years ago, to be able to play on a national stage and have people, tuning in tonight, 9 and 10 o'clock at night and see, what these kids are capable of, I think was really neat.
Any additional questions? Thank you, Coach. That concludes IUPUI's availability.